A scene in the courtroom.
Courtroom.
Like the bleep Sorry.
As my first witness, I'd like to call Jocelyn.
Hey, it's Jocelyn.
How do you know Alex?
We karaoke together. We sang Michelle Branches everywhere.
Is it true that Alex really enjoys karaoke?
Yes.
And isn't it true that he has an amazing talent for singing?
Yes.
Yeah.
And isn't it true that since he's so good, he puts everyone to shame?
Unfortunately, yes.
And isn't it true that he made you lose and get booed on the stage?
Yes.
Therefore, boys suck. No further questions.
Are you ever offended by his singing?
No, not at all.
Has Alex ever said any dirty jokes or made any insults towards anyone?
Of course not.
Actually, can you describe the character of Alex?
Alex is a really nice and really genuine guy who is a lot of fun and does a lot of nice things for the group.
Okay, well,
I'd like to detain the witness for further questioning. Isn't it true that Sean put you through irrevocable humiliation and tarnished your reputation in front of hundreds of people by forcing you to perform a sultry dance number 1? I have no further questions.
Miss Lowe, to set the record straight, can you describe to us the context of this dance?
We were in Panama and spreading the gospel through a skit called Redeemer. And we also did it in VBS, Vacation Bible School.
So what does this say about him?
Sean is a really nice guy who puts others before his reputation.
Thank you. You are now excused.
Fine. For my next witness, I call this stand now. Would you say that you've known Jonathan for a long time?
Yes.
And would you say for the time that you've known him, he's taken charge of a lot of church activities?
Yes.
And does he ever use his authority to force people into helping him?
Yes.
And has he ever made your whole group so mad that they were yelling at each other for 20 minutes?
Well, we did yell at each other, but...
So Jonathan abuses his power and takes over a lot of activities.
Can you explain to the courtroom why your small group was yelling at each other?
We were playing a game called Outburst. Yell out things on a list that you can't see. It's innocent fun. In fact, it's a lot of fun. I'm glad Jonathan just brings up these new ideas to enjoy each other's presence, not like playing Mafia all the time.
And about his role as a leader, what church activities does he do?
Well, mostly he leads dramas. Sometimes he leads other activities that people don't want to lead. So he's a very selfless guy.
Why do you say he forces people to help him?
Nowadays, nobody finds an interest in doing drama, so Jonathan kind of becomes desperate in his enthusiasm to spread God's gospel through this cool way of ministry. So it's just really important to him.
So Jonathan is a selfless, creative, fun, hardworking young man, huh? No further questions.
Fine, whatever. My next witness, she'll definitely be able to persuade you that voice. Isn't it true that David is one of the only freshmen in the STEM region? Yes. Isn't it true that he likes to play games during fellowship? Yes. What kind of games have you seen him play?
Risk, karaoke, and a lot of video games.
So, pretty immature. I rest my case. Not very immature as well.
I have a few questions. When did you see him play these games?
We would have game nights at home group.
How is he during regular fellowship? Can you describe his character to us?
Well, David is actually a newcomer to our fellowship, even though he is new and amongst the three freshmen. He is really brave for coming consistently and speaking up during the lessons, so I appreciate his bravery and his commitment.
Thank you, that is all.
Well, I'd like to detain this witness for further questioning. I want to ask you about Timothy now. Is Tim really strong?
He's strong like Arnold.
Isn't he on the football team too?
Yes, he plays football for San Marino.
Isn't he also a good student?
I guess so.
Would you say that he's just the typical San Marino guy, has no special qualities whatsoever?
Wait, so he does well in school and football and comes to fellowship regularly?
Yes.
Can you tell us a few of Timothy's special qualities besides what we've already shown?
Timothy is very nice. He's always willing to play games even though they're really late. And he has a big heart and he opened his house to us for Christmas.
Okay, you're excused. Now, Monique. How well would you say you know James?
Pretty well.
Well enough to invite him to your Sweet 16 party that was mostly your school friends, correct?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And isn't it true that when it was his turn to swing at the pinata, he acted like a maniac? And isn't it true he has a little brother as well?
Yes, it is.
So doesn't that mean he can pass on his evil ways on to his speechless. Nothing good to say. No, I'm just confused. Because you know I'm right.
Why are you confused?
Well, because I don't know what she means by evil ways. James isn't evil, I think. But he always takes care of his brother.
So this whole pinata situation, can you explain why he's acting like a crazy fool?
Okay, it wasn't really necessarily a maniac. He just was having fun, which is hard to do around people you don't know. So it kind of broke the barriers. It's hard bringing church friends and school friends together, but I think it went well.
So how else would you describe James?
I guess I'd say he's shy and outgoing, caring, smart, easy to talk to when he's not silent, and just all in all a fun guy.
Thank you. No further questions.
For my next witness, I'd like to call Lori. Lori, isn't it true that Anthony likes to leave scary messages in your voicemail? Is it true? And isn't it true that he always addresses you by your screen name instead of your real name? So would you say that Anthony is a mean person? He probably doesn't even know your real name. Scared. Well, I rest my case.
Let's back up a moment. How often does Anthony call you?
Once a week.
And he calls you just to leave you scary, freaky messages?
No, he calls me every week to make sure that I'm doing okay and that I go through my Friday night plans, like our lesson plans. And he always asks me about my week and ends the conversation by praying for me.
So, Anthony's a pretty humorous guy, huh? Especially with the screen name thing. Is he also thoughtful and caring?
Yes, he's been really helpful in encouraging to me this year, making sure that I'm okay with the lesson plans, and he's always ready to hear what I have to say and if I have any input.
Thank you, that will be all.
That's it.